Guys, you know that feeling you get in the morning after a big night out? Because our friends at Zbiotics are here to help. Zbiotics, pre-alcohol probiotic drink, is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. Invented by PhD scientists, designed to tackle tough mornings the night after drinking. Here's how this works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct that goes to your gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol creates an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make Zbiotics your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly. Zbiotics pre-alcohol is perfect for those who always have their health in mind and are looking to master the balance of work and play. So I want you to level up your recovery, and I want you to do it today. I'll get you 15% off your first order at checkout. All you got to do is click on the link in the description. Plus, Zbiotics offers a 100% money-back guarantee. If you are not satisfied for any reason, they will refund all of your money, no questions asked. You know, I can't let it go. I tried. I tried to drop it. Mr. Aspinall, who I know, by the way. Mr. Aspinall has called Jon Jones another bum in the shower. I'm not familiar with that expression, but let's start with that, right? This is a guy that just wants an opportunity for his son. Okay. And this is old school. Like, you got to understand about Mr. Aspinall. To appreciate this phrase, first off, bum in a shower is, granted, funny, but you must understand, this dude's old school. He got his little boy into martial arts not to make money, not to be on TV or he could date the prom queen. He got him into it about respect. He got him into this about discipline, about hard work. And he is so frustrated that he is calling Jon Jones another bum in the shower. He demanded that Jon vacate. Okay. I'm just speaking to the tensions around this fight, right? When you understand that you have a real gentleman, a second generation, that's where you can start to appreciate where things would have to get to a boiling point for him to even agree to an interview with the media in the first place, and then secondly, be upset. You didn't hear from Jon. Jon needs 6 months. Jon needs 6 months. 6 months from when? I'm sure you're asking yourself. 6 months from the day the contract is signed. Now, that is wildly telling because I know from a business standpoint you can't do this, but if I had a magic wand and I could get my way on one thing, I would bring forfeits into MMA. I came from a wrestling background. We had them. We would do what's called a dual meet. This school brings its lineup. This school brings this lineup. You go out there. If somebody doesn't have a representative at a weight class, the other guy will walk on the mat with his singlet. They will raise his hand. The auditorium will give him applause. It will go on his official record. The points of the duel being contested will be reflected right then. We don't give a goddamn about your MRI or your x-rays or whatever your story is or your girlfriend broke your heart. We don't care at all. It's right here tonight. Under these rules, you bring your guy, we bring our guy. And I know from a business standpoint, you can't actually do it, right? You can't sell tickets in a pay-per-view, then walk a guy out there with his interest music. And the next thing you know, Bruce Buffer introduces him, and then Joe Rogan comes over and interviews him, and there was no punches. I get that it doesn't work, but I wish that you'd understand the concept, because I will see guys that turn fights down. And some of them have very good reasons. Like, some of them we can show grace and have heart, but they'll have a big deal. They'll have a torn MCL or a pulled out shoulder or a vertebrae. Or there's some very good reasons, but either way, they will turn fights down and maintain a ranking over the guy that they refuse to fight. And I conceptually do not understand that concept. I just don't get it. If you're, for whatever reason, whether we should have grace or not, if you're openly saying, for whatever reason, I can't even walk out and try, that date doesn't work. I cannot even leave the locker room and walk out and try to beat that guy. I don't understand how you would maintain a ranking over him. And that isn't necessarily a professional sports etiquette. I'm going to the playground. I'm literally going to the playground. If two guys have this agreement, that's going to get through the school in moments. And if one of them, for whatever reason, doesn't show, that will carry for the rest of their life. They don't redo it tomorrow. They don't redo it 2 years from now. They've got their pecking order. Everyone walks away, but the school must observe the outcome. And I just find it interesting. Is 6 months to torment the interim champion? Is 6 months for a physical reason, which I would be very open to? Jon Jones, in the Aspinal fight, will be taking on the biggest man, the biggest person. The entire Jon Jones experiment, taking 3 years off, drinking the protein, doing the pull-ups, the entire experiment was to spot the opponent some pounds, which would at least in theory spot the opponent an advantage. That's what the whole thing's about. And at that time, it wasn't a guy called Tom Aspinall. The belief was it'd be a guy called Francis Ngannou. And when that changed, it went instantly to a guy named Sergey Pavlich. Like Tom Aspinall isn't just 1 degree separated from this equation. He's the third separation. I just bring that to you because I'd be very open to Jon talking about that. Got the NCAA wrestling season going on. You got Gable Steveson, who Jon likes to work out with and been associated with him in the media. He's doing his thing, so he can't quite be at Jon's camp, so they're going to align. I'm just sharing with you, like, that there's a story to tell that I would be open to, but Jon did not tell it. He just needs 6 months. 6 months from when? 6 months from when the contract's signed. Okay, like I have to get you the actual papers? Will a text message do? Can we pop on Ariel Helwani's show when we all agree to it, just for example, which is largely how this industry is ran? Or has it got to actually be on the bout agreement? And the most frustrating thing of all, I mean, when you really boil this down, and you get pissed off at an entitled, ungrateful champion. Do you want to know what really is frustrating you? Same thing that's frustrating me. You want to know what it is? There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Not a thing you can do about it. It's a very arbitrary number of 6 months. I had a partner, Ryan Parsons. And it's when the world pandemic is going on. He calls me up one day and he says, Chael, why is it 6 feet? I said, I don't know. And he goes, no, why is it 6 feet? Who came up with it? What if you're 5 feet and 11 inches? What if you're at 6 foot and 1? Why is it going to be 6 feet? And I was thinking about it. I guess it's an arbitrary number. So now I'm looking at the 6 months. It's not enough to be angry. You can call him a bum in the shower all you want. You can't strip him. Particularly if he's making it 6 months from the date he signs the contract, because now he just put it on you. He's telling you, the office, you could have sent it to me 2 months ago. You could have sent it to me a month ago. We've all known who I was fighting. Like, if I wanted to use this on Jon, my evidence against Jon is I've known from Madison Square Garden of last year that your next fight is the interim champion, Tom Aspinall. If I want to use that as my weapon against Jon, he takes those 5 things and he shoves them right back in my face. Because, yeah, we knew that. So why didn't you get me the contract? And we start the clock. You've had 3 months to get me that contract for the same opponent at the same weight under the same unified rules for the same prize of the undisputed championship. So why didn't you get me the paperwork? And I sit there like a fool. It's not enough time to be mad. It's not enough time to punish him. 6 months is a very arbitrary and strange number. And the part that's got you the most frustrated is inside, you know, there's not a damn thing you can do about it.